I'm a champion. Where you at?
The only champion in the DMV at 130.
Saw Gervonta Davis was in here for a minute. I don't know if he's still in here. I know he has his big
Tank on here.
Yeah, Tank. Tank. Yeah, well, I don't know if he's still on here. I don't know if he's still on here. I don't know. He might have bounced. I don't know. He might have bounced. He was only on for a second. Tank, you want to come in, Tank? Can I bring you in? I would love to bring you in. Only because I know for like the longest, Tank has had an issue with fight hype, with me. I like, bro.
Pull him in. Pull him in. Hold on.
I don't know.
How do I do it? You gotta do it.
I think I gotta do it. I don't know if he's still on here. Hold on, I gotta find him. He might have bounced. You know, Tank be bounced.
What happens when one of the greatest mind days in boxing sends a dire warning to his former protege, Floyd Mayweather, known for his impeccable fight-like, has spoken, and he's not holding back. Gervonta "Tank" Davis is gearing up for what many believe could be his final fight before retirement.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis just been released to the public. We know now, December 14th, Houston, Texas, he's going to be facing a very tough opponent in Lamont Roach. Can you tell us a little bit about the history between them two?
Oh man, they've been knowing each other from the amateurs, silver gloves, everything. They grew up actually together, you know. Roach and him back and forth battles and whatnot. It's gonna be a pretty interesting fight, you know what I'm saying? Because Roach he come to fight, and I think it's a great fight. Everybody talking all that stuff about why Roach, because he signed and took the fight, you know what I'm saying? And it's good for the community.
But Floyd thinks this move is a disaster waiting to happen. Tank's chosen opponent, Lamont Roach, a fighter who may not have the same star power, but is seen by Floyd as a serious threat. Floyd believes this matchup could ruin everything Tank has built, potentially handing him his first career loss.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight. You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
And leaving a dent in his legacy. Let's dive into why Floyd is warning Tank to stay away from this fight, what makes Lamont Roach such a dangerous opponent, and how this drama ties into Tank's decision to retire. Tank Davis is no stranger to high-stakes fights, with an undefeated record and a reputation as one of the hardest hitters in boxing.
Hey Tank, real talk. Will Calvin be with you on this fight? Come on, you Tank. Huh? Will Calvin be with you on this fight?
I don't know. We gotta see.
What do you think about the guy yelling in the back? Did that kind of get your juices flowing like you spoke in New York? Some of that extra motivation when someone's talking in the crowd?
Like how that bet was?
The two guys, like the bet. Is all this stuff kind of added more?
No, I don't know. You know how people like...
Just talking.
The people that come with the talent, like, they always feel like they gotta be tough. And I'm all here for it.
Anything else, guys?
Yeah, 1 second.
Are you training any differently? We don't fight in defense. Are you training any differently from this fight versus other fights? No, not really. Nothing changed.
He's faced and beaten some of the B, but this fight, it's different. This could be Tank's last fight, for months. Tank has teased the idea of retiring after his next fight. Many saw this as the perfect way to close the chapter on a remarkable career. One final showdown, a decisive win, and a legendary exit. Enter Lamont Roach. While Roach doesn't have the same star status as Tank,
who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, constantly flashing money, $1 million watches, you know, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still fucks everybody up. The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline. Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his fucking pants on, jeans on, he would jog home. And the dude was always...
He's a technically gifted fighter with a style that could pose serious problems. This is exactly why Floyd is raising the alarm. From his perspective, this isn't just another fight. It's a potential career ender for Tank. Floyd Mayweather is no stranger to the pressures of maintaining an undefeated record throughout his career. He carefully picked his fights, balancing.
He may or may not fight guys like Shakur or Devin. What would his legacy be then in your eyes?
I think his legacy will be in his time, which he needs to be respected for, that Tank did what most of the greats did in their time. One ballot, as far as I'm concerned, Hall of Famer. So based on that, in his time, as far as his era, where it was loaded with fighters or fights and fighters that could have fought each other and they didn't. Every era has that same situation. I don't think that ever gonna go away or ever would be something dismissed from eras of conversation. But I think Tank Davis, understand his path and gonna go by what he feels. Hey, he's young still, might change his mind, who knows? Something might happen in the next 1 or 2 fights where there's an automatic repeat or rewind of something spectacular on his way.
Challenges with calculated risks. And if there's anyone who understands how one bad matchup can derail a career, it's Floyd. I have a theory that Floyd Mayweather is the greatest great of all time, meaning he is greater at his skill of boxing than Stephen Hawking was at science. Okay, then I can live with that.
Do that. A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the deal.
He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing
it. Exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal.
Yeah.
Tank no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
But I don't know if I would call him the greatest fighter of all time, first of all. Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest ever. He's a brilliant defensive fighter. His speed, his boxing savvy, he's just a savant. He's just something special, no question about it. Here's why he's concerned about Tank versus Roach. Lamont Roach is known for his precise boxing style. While Tank thrives on explosive power and aggression, Roach is a master of timing and counterpunching. Fighters like Roach can neutralize power punchers by staying disciplined and avoiding risky exchanges. In this fight, my IQ, my will.
Floyd left Bob Arum. It's good for them to do it and become their own boss. And then if another guy does it, it's not good for the sport. He's disloyal. And what's wrong with Tank saying he want to be his own boss? And honestly, I've been there. The relationship between them two is very toxic. It's a toxic relationship. It's up and down and up and down. And I'm not going to elaborate to everything that I know, but it's a very toxic relationship. And that's why when I tweet stuff, I don't tweet often, but when I tweet, I may fire off 50 tweets in the day. And that's why when I tweeted certain things about the relationship, Tank retweeted it because he knows. Like, I'm not just gonna say what it is. It's a very toxic relationship. It's back and forth, and I think it will serve him best to go and be his own boss.
And my skill, let's be real, hasn't exactly been in the best headspace. Lately, from his fallout with Floyd to his beef with Calvin Ford and his looming retirement, it's clear Tank is dealing with a lot.